What's going on, everybody? Welcome back here to the channel. It's time to take a look at Ondo Finance and give an updated price prediction on where Ondo could potentially go. Some analysts have been saying a few things about Ondo here the rest of 2025, and it fits a lot of the big narratives right now. Obviously, it's tied in with Ripple, XRP. They're tokenizing U.S. Treasuries and equities right now, and there's a lot of chatter about an Ondo ETF. Recently, 21 shares filed for an Ondo ETF. It's one of the big, companies that are filing for a lot of ETFs with HBAR, XRP, Solana, and now Ondo kind of fits into that mold. We kind of started looking at Ondo way back at 50 cents, and what jumped out to me at first was their ties with BlackRock and JP Morgan Chase, right? And right away, it kind of piqued my attention. And then obviously the newfound partnership with Ripple really kind of solidified my stance on Ondo. It's become kind of one of my mainstays in the portfolio. It's been pretty predictable. I mean, to this point, it hasn't really exploded yet per se, but they have a ton of money locked up in their ecosystem for, the size of their market cap. And I think there's an obviously a huge path forward, especially once we get the Clarity Act through and we start to see a lot more ETFs actually push through outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So wanted to kind of dive into what some of the analysts are saying. We'll take a look at the charts as well and kind of give you guys our thoughts. Make sure you guys are subscribed if you're not already. Hit the like button for us. Definitely helps us out. But one analyst is targeting the $2.80 level as the token is starting to form a bullish pattern above a dollar. And we'll get into that specifically here. Real quick, as we're talking about, crypto and some of the plays I like, highly encourage you guys to check out my free newsletter. Actually, not even highly encouraging, just go do it. It's totally free. Drop your email down there along with your name. It's the first link at the top of the description. I'll pin it as the top comment too. And you're going to be getting this 3 times a week. So if you're looking for wealth strategies in crypto or trying to build more wealth with crypto and stocks, I'm going to give you guys a bunch of free insights and information 3 times a week, and I'll leave that link down below. But Ondo at 280 seems like it could be very, very feasible just on the surface, given where we've been already. Our previous all-time high is right up there near the $2 level, a little over the $2 level actually. And if we look at the RWA sector right now, by market cap, you probably should have XRP up here. They don't. But it is a tokenization play. But they list Stellar here, Chainlink, Hedera, Avalanche, Ondo, and Algorand, all here in the top 50. These are all assets that I currently own, and I'm going all in on the RWA sector. Now, Ondo specifically, sitting at a $3.2 billion market cap, coming down a little bit from its peak. We topped out here at like 113 on this previous run. If we zoom out to the all chart, or even take a look at our all-time high, $2.14 is our all-time high right now. And we're about 52% away from that. It was set 7 months ago in late 2024. And I think we're going to fly past that $2 level. As soon as we get into some price discovery, we get some good information related to the Clarity Act and ETFs through. And this to me is going to be one of those assets. When it has an ETF, the institutions are going to pour in here because of the big names associated, with the asset: BlackRock, JP Morgan Chase, Franklin Templeton, obviously Ripple, XRP. So some analysts are giving kind of a short-term forecast of $2.80, and it's supported by some technical chart data showing an ascending triangle. So despite the bullish prediction, Ondo currently trades a little above a dollar right now. And the chart from TradingView outlines an ascending parallel channel that has guided Ondo's movement since mid-2024. And so we've got a lower support trend line around 70 cents. And we've seen, Ondo's price come down and test this 70-cent level quite a few times, actually. And it seems to bounce off this pretty hard every time. Now, we've got a midline support, really resistance still right now at 140, and then upper resistance at 280. So although Ondo's drop in recent days, it says may raise concerns for short-term traders. If you zoom out here and you're looking at Ondo as a long-term potential play, things are still looking very, very good when you zoom out on the Ondo chart. If we take a look here, this is XRP. We'll flip it over and take a look at Ondo here and give you guys some thoughts. If we zoom out on the daily, this is the Ondo chart. You can see that lower support range right in here around 70 cents. We came down here in April, came down here again in June. We were down similarly, down here in October of 2024 before we had the big pop. And we're currently kind of like right here on some resistance lines, right where we came up here in May, right in this like 110 range. As soon as we break that, we've got a runway all the way up to that 140 level that we just mentioned. Now, we are a little hot on the RSI. If we look at the moving averages, things look pretty good, honestly, especially our long-term moving averages, our exponential moving average 200 or our SMA 200. Both of these are probably the most crucial for me because, I'm a long-term investor here, at least within this cycle. So I want to look at the longer moving average, right? The 200-day is kind of our best way to get a full picture. And you can see 93 cents, 98 cents on the EMA and SMA, and we're comfortably above that right now. Okay, so as long as we continue to stay above that, I think that's going to be something we'll watch. Now, Binance US is listing Ondo as well. Ondo will get listed on Binance US. Trading actually started 2 days ago, and we'll see if this eventually kind of leads to a Binance, total listing, on Binance itself. Now you can see here, it's listed on Coinbase. Actually, I take that back. It's already listing. It's already listed on the actual Binance. Okay, I thought so. Binance US hasn't had it though, but it's listed everywhere. Coinbase, Binance, Upbit, all the big exchanges already have it, so it's easy to get exposure. Um, and overall, guys, to me, this is a play that's sitting here in the top 40. And again, with its TVL like nearing $1.5 billion and its market cap only above 3 billion, that screams undervalued to me, right? So, short term, we're looking at like 280, obviously. And it says here, expectations of a continued rally with a potential move toward $2 is kind of, nearsighted targets. Crypto traders urge traders not to overlook Ondo, suggesting the technical structure remains valid. I agree with this sentiment completely. From a moving average standpoint, when we look at the chart too, if we even zoom out even further, go into the weekly, you could see kind of what we're looking at here. This looks really healthy, right? The more you zoom out, the more you see a really nice picture painted here on Ondo. We had support down here at like 60 cents for a while. Now that support's turned into 70 cents. That's good because we're creating higher lows on the weekly chart, right? Slowly but surely dating all the way back to like late 2024. Even during this downturn, when we popped back up to like 217 in December, we came back down. We did not come all the way down to like 60 cents. We stopped at 70 cents, right? That's crucial. And you can only see this when you really zoom out on the chart. So again, I think the big thing to watch here is, we've been in an uptrend here the last, call it month and basically the last 5 weeks. We're kind of, stalling out a little bit, consolidating. This is kind of the short-term resistance right here. Once we break through here, though, we could very easily go back over $2 and test our local tops here at like 216. And a lot of this will come, back to some news. Obviously, World Liberty is backing Ondo Finance. They recently launched their tokenized treasury fund on Say. And as I mentioned earlier, 21 shares filed for that Ondo ETF. Anything related to ETFs right now is going to be huge for Ondo. And I think it all comes back to the Clarity Act first and foremost. So we'll be watching it very, very closely. But my prediction, for Ondo is it's tough to say, but I'm looking at the $3 to $5 range right now as kind of short-term targets this cycle. And it's hard to tell because once we break through previous all-time highs, there's really no telling like how high we can go because you're in uncharted territory. A lot of it's just going to depend on, how much institutional and retail money come in, what assets do they select. But I'm betting big on Ondo. Not financial advice, right? I mean, I'm just telling you guys my opinions here, but I think it's very undervalued, and I think we could see a $5 to $10 target level at some point this cycle. if we get an extended cycle into 2026. So we'll see what happens, guys. I'll keep you guys updated. Appreciate you all for watching. And don't forget to sign up for that free newsletter, link down below. Highly encourage you guys to check it out. Totally free. We're going to drop it to you 3 times a week. So make sure you guys get in on that right now. Appreciate you guys for watching.